Hello, and welcome back to the Goodness Margin, the place where we find margin for the good things in life. I want to share with you today some tips for you to create your ideal morning routine. The first step you want to take is to write down all of the things that you want and need to do in the mornings. While that you may want to work out, that would be a want, whereas a need would be that you need to have a lunch. You need to get yourself dressed before you go into the office. So make a list of the things that you would like to include in your morning routine. Step number 2 is beside each of those items, write down how much time it's going to take. If you want to fix a cup of coffee, it takes about 5 minutes. For you to get dressed, maybe 20 minutes. But if you have a longer routine, maybe that will take you 40, 45 minutes. If you have a 30-minute workout, be sure to think about that you have to turn that workout on. You have to change into your workout clothes. So a 30-minute workout, you may actually want to allot 40 minutes for that. So after you've written down all of the times that it's going to take, add those up and see how long your morning routine would last. And again, this is your ideal morning routine if you got everything done that you wanted to get done. Step number 3 is to be honest with yourself. How much time do you really have in your morning? If you would like to have a 3-hour morning routine, and you need to be out of the house at 7 a.m., that would mean you would need to get up at 4 a.m., which means in order to get 8 hours of sleep, you need to go to bed at 8 p.m. If that works for your life to go to bed at 8 p.m. and get up at 4 a.m., then absolutely have that 3-hour morning routine. For me, I know I'm not going to get in bed by 8 p.m. and so or definitely be asleep by 8 p.m. And so I cannot get up at 4 a.m. So look at your day. What time can you get up in the morning? Now, if you are in a current state where you're sort of rushing through the morning and you get up just in time to barely get those things done, but you would like to have a better morning routine, absolutely set your alarm for 15 minutes or 30 minutes earlier than you've been getting up. I would not recommend that you start trying to wake up a full hour earlier or 2 hours earlier. That seems like that would be a little bit overwhelming on your body. But if you want to change the time for the routine, then add 30 minutes to it and start getting up about 30 minutes earlier. Now that you've determined this time frame, maybe you have an hour and a half, 2 hours, look at the list of things that you would like to get done in your morning routine. And you've already prioritized that list. So the things that are the most important things, put that down first. And then if you have an additional 30 minutes, go ahead and add something else to that morning routine. I do encourage you to add a little bit of cushion, add some margin in your morning routine, especially if you don't live alone. Even if you have pets, especially if you have children, adding an extra 15 minutes of margin time into that routine is going to make a huge difference. If you've ever woken your child up before and they decided that today was the day that they did not want to go to school and they actually did not want to get dressed, you're going to be so thankful that you have that little extra cushion of time. And then finally, go ahead and write that routine out. So this is your ideal morning routine. This is what you would like to happen every single morning. Try that routine for a week, maybe 2 weeks. See how it works out for you. You may see, you know what, this is something that actually I don't want to do in the morning, and I'm going to move this to my evening routine. For example, if in the mornings you're used to making your lunch, well, that may take 5 or 10 minutes. Why don't you try to move that off of your morning routine? Give yourself that 5 or 10 minutes back in the morning and add that to your evening routine. When my daughter comes in from school, I unpack her backpack, and while I'm cooking dinner, I make her lunch for the next day. So in the mornings, I don't even think about trying to make sure she has a lunch because it's already made. I just grab her lunch with the ice pack, pop it in the backpack, and we head out the door. So anything that you can take from your morning routine and put it in your evening routine, you are definitely setting your morning up for success. You're giving your morning a little bit more room. We also do this with clothing. Sure, you have get dressed on your morning routine. That's something that you can't do prior to that. You have to do it right then. But you can lay your clothing out. Know exactly what you're going to wear. The night before, check the weather and see, okay, this is what I need to wear the next day. Go ahead and set that out. And then you're going to diminish the time that you need for the routine of getting ready in the morning. If the routine that you've laid out doesn't work for you, if you see that you want to change it, it's your routine. It doesn't have to look like someone else's. Go ahead and change that. Make it work for you. One example of this is breakfast. If you go back and look at last week's video where I talked about my morning routine, you will not find breakfast on that video. I typically don't eat breakfast until 10:30 or 11 each day. That is when I'm well into my work day. That's just the way that I work, and I'm not going to add breakfast to my morning routine. Now, if you are someone that at 6:30 in the morning that you want bacon and eggs, absolutely add that 20-25 minutes into your morning routine. This is your morning routine. Do what works best for you to set your day up for success and have margin for the good things. If you've enjoyed this video, I would love for you to subscribe to my channel, hit the bell, and you'll be notified when the next video goes live.